Thanks for clicking on Total Harmonic Distortion channel. Today we're going to look at the Biyang Tri Reverb Pedal. Okay, this pedal features two controls, a blend control, a time control, as well as a true bypass switch. And there's a switch to control a hall, a spring, or a room type reverb. And there's an A-B variation for each of those. Or so they claim. Also, we're looking at a new tab today. I wrote this yesterday. It's basically a spectrogram kind of a thing. But in addition to the spectrogram, I also can throw up a logarithmic chirp on it, so automatically. So it makes it a little easier for me to do it. And it's a synchronized spectrogram. Anyways, I guess we have to listen to these things to prove the point. So we'll turn on the little chirpy things. Okay, this is the hall setting with it at A. If we switch over to spring, it's a very similar reverb sound, except it's a little bit shorter. Go to room. Another reverb sound that's really similar but a little shorter. It seems like basically the spring reverb doesn't have the characteristic divot at 4K, the group delay thing. But so it seems to me that all these algorithms are kind of the same. So let's look at the A-B variation and see what that does. Switch to B. Okay, that sounds a little bit different. So there is a difference between B variation and A variation. Let's see if there's any difference in spring. Oops, I missed that one. And I did it again. Back to hall. And room. So to me, it seems like there's two separate algorithms, an algorithm A and an algorithm B, and the hall, spring, and room switch kind of does really nothing whatsoever. Now there's a time on this one. We'll go to spring. I don't know. It's a reverb. Time controls the amount of reverb time, the delay time, and there's a blend that just basically controls the amount of reverb in your signal. And I want to point out all these little nasty blue stuff here is because this pedal's kind of noisy. You turn it off and yeah, the noise goes away. We'll see that later. But anyways, let's move over to MLS and check out the frequency response to this thing. As you see with it turned off, or it's turned on and blend all the way down, so there's no reverb. It's a pretty flat frequency response. It drops a little bit at the low frequencies. It's not so bad. I'm more concerned about the inverted, the phase inversion. So this one's 180 degrees out of phase. You turn it on, the phase is fine. Turn it off, the phase is 180 degrees out of phase. It can cause a click when you turn the thing on and on. And also, you notice that there's this 1 to 2 dB drop in the volume when you turn the pedal on. I've been noticing quite a bit on several pedals, so I'm guessing it's an impedance difference on my audio driver. So that's nothing really to worry about. It seems to be common. It's based on the output impedance kind of thing. All right, let's look at the noise floor real quick. With it turned off, the noise looks fine. I'm running the noisy power supply. And there's two little things up here. It's probably the switching power supply noise. You turn it on and the noise just goes way up. Now the blend's all the way down, so there's no affected signal. It's just the pass-through at this point. So this is a really noisy pedal on a really noisy power supply. Let's take a look at a battery connection and see if that cleans things up a bit. Okay, running off a battery, still getting some sort of rumble in the low frequencies. There's also a couple of spikes here and there. It's not really flat compared to, a bypass. So even on a battery, this thing's could cause some sort of rumbly hum kind of a thing. So we'll switch back and go to more tests. I wanted to quickly go back to the MLS tab to show that this effect does actually run all the way up to 20 kilohertz. Everything in gray is beyond human hearing. 20 kilohertz is there. And you'll see that in future episodes, other reverbs do not go all the way up to 20K. So that's a plus on this one. So let's go over to browser mode and check out what these things sell for currently. Looking at about $40 used, $50 at Guitar Center, when you can get new maybe around $50, $60. $65 from AliExpress, I don't know. I could get it at Walmart for $55. So if you're interested in this pedal, you might want to spend the extra $15 to get the box and everything else. Personally, I think it's kind of uninspired, but that's just me. And I'd also like to point out that I'm selling a lot of the pedals I've been testing here on Craigslist. Trying to get some money to buy some new stuff. I'm running low on pedals, which is kind of why I sort of switched over to the reverb pedals and had to make a new tab. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Please subscribe.